Hi guys, I'm back with your numerological horoscope for November 2018. But first I'd like to invite you to check out my new service, selecting the best name. Names are really important and they have a vibration that it's good to know and to check out. No matter if you're about to name your newborn baby or your business. And also, as women, we usually change our names when we get married, when we get divorced. So it's a good consulting with a specialist just to check if it's a good idea to change your name and how you can do it, because usually you have choice. There are numbers of ways in which you can change your name. But naming is one-time action with a lifetime effect. So it's good taking the time, taking the effort to just to do your research and to make an informed decision. Okay, so we're getting close to the end of 2018. Numerologically, it's an year of the moon, which, as you know, is really gentle, really private. It's also really influential on our life on Earth. Also, it's a very, very emotional planet, so it could be hard to some of us to go through that year, and with all those retrogrades going on. For me, it's really tough. So I feel like I need to do all that revision work. I'm going through all aspects of my life, all of its parts, and just revising it, detoxing, cleaning, tidying up, finding a better order, a better way how things will work. For me, I think this is necessary to do that. And next year, 2019, numerologically, it will be a year of Jupiter, which is, as you know, is really generous, giving, optimistic. So prepare for all those opportunities coming next year by doing all that emotional tidying up and just doing your internal and external, of course, work. Okay, so for November, for those of you born, not born, but in a personal year 1, November will be a month of communication. So I would say you would have the chance for new beginnings, as in your personal year says, in the sphere of communication, both personal and professional. New people, important new people will enter your life. So enjoy that. You can also expand your personal or professional network. Just do that, of course, and take advantage of all the great opportunities for communication coming your way. Just be careful with people, because sometimes you'll never know, and take the time needed before you just open up too widely to new acquaintances. So the best days in this month will be the 5th, the 14th, and the 23rd, where you will have the chance to for making some profit or for seeing some results of the new things you've initiated, especially with people. So see what happens then and enjoy. And your more difficult days in November will be the 2nd, the 11th, and the 20th of November. Be careful, especially with big new changes that you want to initiate or that will happen no matter if you want them or not. Take the time to plan things. Just don't rush into saying or doing things that you haven't thought through, because that might be problematic. For personal year 2, this year requires you just to go with the flow and not to rush or push anything. Just watch what happens in this year and try reading the signs. Maybe you'll have more vivid dreams. This is what happened to me. It's a good idea to just take a diary and take note of what you dream, and then you can, of course, consult with a specialist, with a psychologist or somebody who reads dreams, or just try to see if there's some repetitive models. It could be very, very useful to you. I have, and especially in my personal year too, I had lots of vivid dreams, and I managed to see some models, some schemes, which was like very, very useful sign. Your November will be tougher. It will be a bit harder. I could describe it with routine work, lots of it, or with some problems that will come from outside, but still you need to deal with in order to just continue with your life and with your work. My advice for such years is just build a steady, a working, a healthy routine and try to stick to it as much as you can. It's not a good idea to improvise too much or to take great chances or risks. I wouldn't recommend that. But still, you can enjoy some peaceful, some quiet, some rewarding days. On the 2nd, the 11th, and the 20th of November, you can enjoy some balance, harmony, and some rest with close people. And your more difficult days, where you will have to get yourself together and just be tougher, will be the 9th, the 18th, and the 27th. Try to have more rest. Try to do more of what charges your batteries, no matter if it's sport, watching movies, or dealing with art, with beauty. Do that in order to have the energy and power to keep going. For personal year 3, in your year of communication, of meeting new people, of expanding your network, you're in a month that brings big change. Be careful of that, but do use that opportunity to change things. As I said, well, the most important changes will be in your communication, in your social circle. So as I said, for the year of the moon, you might need to say your goodbyes and see with whom you no longer would like to be with, to communicate with. Or if you just want to set your borders, to just define your limits, it's a great way to do it. If something happens on a regular basis in the communication with somebody that you don't enjoy, that you that is hurtful to you, just find the time, the courage to have a word with that person and to explain yourself. and just to let him or her know what's happening. Okay, your good days in the month will be the 2nd, the 11th, and the 20th. Try to, in these days, try to find those repetitive negative models in the communication with others. Maybe some of them are provoked by you, maybe some of them are provoked by others, and try to correct them. You'll have the chance to do that, so go ahead and do it. It will have a big effect, since communication is in the center stage in this year for you. And in the days that you need to be more careful are the 9th, the 18th, and the 27th. Maybe then you'll have the urge to say or do things that you shouldn't be saying or doing, to change something for the worst. For example, instead of speaking calmly with somebody who's bothering you, just cut that person off, or just exploding and saying bad, rude things, and don't do that. For personal year 4 is a tough personal year, and I'm in a personal year 4 right now, so I should know. It means really lots of routine work, lots of problems that are all on your plate, although you don't want them, or you don't want all of them at least. But still, it's like a full plate. And the best way is just to prioritize and do one thing at a time, one by one. The good news is that November will be really, really stable. You can enjoy some balance, and this will help you deal with the problems in a better way. Because see, the worst part of having problems is that negative stress, your attitude. This is true also about when you have a lot of work and you're very, very busy. So sometimes, usually, it's a matter of having the right attitude towards your responsibilities, problems, and November will help you do that, will help you get the right attitude. Your good days in November will be the 1st, the 10th, the 19th, and the 28th. You can go one step further, just because usually problems are a result of our actions or inactions. So if you try planning ahead, if you make a good working routine, if you set your priorities, then lots of those problems, lots of that stress and chaos will simply disappear. Try, in these days especially, you have the chance to be one step ahead. You'll still be busy, and you'll still be dealing with things that other people will be causing. However, you have the chance to do that more effectively and in a more ordered, less stressful way, which I think is a lot. And the days in which you should be more careful are the 4th, the 13th, and the 22nd. In these days, you will have the urge to initiate new things. If you really do have to, yes, use those days, but don't make too huge steps. Try, in this personal year, try progressing with slow, small steps. Make sure you feel the the ground beneath you all the time. So don't be running, walk, and be as mindful as possible. Because when we get problems, when we get tested, usually this builds character, of course, but also it helps us grow. This is how we grow. We don't grow when we're happy, when we're carefree, when we're completely balanced and blissed. We grow when it's hard, when it's tough, when we need to think, when we need to deal with stuff we wouldn't like to deal with. When we take our hard lessons, and personal year 4 is really about that. Personal year 5, as you know, is a very important year of global change. It could be for the better, it could be for the worse. But no matter, change will be there, and if you don't happen it, if you don't just manage it, well, it will still happen, but you'll be out of control, and most probably you'll feel very uncomfortable and stressed. November for you is a month of reflection and finding those bad habits that drove you back, that block your development, your future. Because our greatest problems are most often in our bad habits, in things that we do on a regular basis that are not very productive or meaningful or healthy on all levels. So your good days in November will be the 1st, the 10th, the 19th and the 28th, when you'll see some results of the changes you've initiated. For example, if you make an important change, no matter it could be in your eating, in your sleeping habits, in your sports life, for example, you cannot expect to see sometimes very immediate results. You feel better, you behave in a more friendly, calm way, but still with most people it takes time for change to become a new habit, a healthy one, and to see the results of it. So in these days you'll start seeing some tangible, visible results that will motivate you to continue with that. And your harder days will be the 7th, the 16th and the 25th, when you'll have the urge to change some more, while in this month you should be spending some more time alone and thinking and even letting go of some things and correcting your mistakes, especially in your relationships with others. It's important. Personal year 6, it's a very calm and stable and balanced personal year usually. If you took the right steps in the previous year, it could be a year of complete success and bliss. So I hope you did, and I hope this is what you feel. And this month exactly will give you some wanted, some cherished results, more cash that most of us really need, extra cash, and extra profits and rewards in all ways. It depends really what you work for, what you want, what you aim at. And that is why the results and the profits are not just material. Some people aim at non-material things, and they will have some results of what they do. Your good days in the month will be the 7th, the 16th, and the 25th, where you can have more of that joyful feeling, blissful state, just enjoying life and being. And your more difficult days will be the 9th, the 18th, and the 27th, where you shouldn't get greedy no matter what you're aiming at and what you're getting. You know that feeling when you get something, instead of being happy and grateful, it's important to feel those feelings, because it's like your feedback to the universe. Yes, I like that. I'm so grateful for that. Thank you. But instead, you think, oh, it's not enough. I want some more. When will I get some more? And it's not the way you should react when you get something nice. If you are not used to feeling grateful, maybe you should try it, because it's exactly the feedback the universe expects in order to send you more of the good stuff. Personally, you're 7. As most of you already know, it's a great year for reflection, for some quality alone time, maybe just stay by yourself or meditate on your life, on your daily routine, or travel alone. And it's also great for all kinds of training and education, formal and informal, for really learning, understanding things. And also for seeing where you're wrong, maybe where others are wrong too, but we can truly change ourselves. So the best is to find your own mistakes and then have the power, the courage to correct them, and then see how things start to change. You're in a very, very emotional closing month, and as I said, it's the year of the moon, so maybe you need to feel all those emotions that are passing through you. Just feel them and try to express them through your body, through crying or through doing something physical through the body. And the idea is to let go of them, because if you store them inside, they will just block you and hurt you and depress you, and this is not the point. Just it could be in private. You shouldn't just show your feelings. You don't have to if you don't want to, but make sure you acknowledge them. Make sure you feel them and you express them in some way. It could be also in writing. It is up to you. And my best advice is just let go of things that you no longer need, and of things that you might even feel dependent on. If you are dependent on something, it usually means that it's not good for you, it's not healthy for you. So try letting go, try being on your own. do that, really do that. Your good days in such case in this month are the 3rd, the 12th, the 22nd, and the 20th and the 30th, sorry. In these days you will have that chance to express yourself, maybe even in communication with somebody. Try to reflect on things, to pinpoint the points that bother you, then feel your emotions, feel what you need to feel, and then go ahead and express them, especially in these days. If you need to talk to somebody, do that. If you need to change something, you can also do that. Especially in yourself, in your behavior. When you change yourself, everything else and everybody else around you changes. But it's the hardest thing. It's easier to expect of others to change, and it's not really possible. But they inevitably do if you change. So that's the rule. I know it's complex, but it's really brilliant. Maybe it's the only way that we can change when we know that it will change the game. So your harder days in this month will be the 9th, the 18th, and the 27th, where the emotion will be too much and too overwhelming, and it will push you to extremes, and you also have that fight inside of you. On the one hand, you would like to withdraw, just to be by yourself. On the other, there would be too much going on inside you, and you would want to express it all, just to cry, then to laugh. You'll be really bipolar in your behavior, at least. For these days, I don't know, just feel the emotion and try not to make a mess. Personal year 8, it's a personal year of results, where you will see the results of your work or of your efforts, where when you'll have the chance to make that extra cash and fill up your bank account. Don't change your job, but do take on extra work and extra profits. You'll need it. November for you is a month of new beginnings. So something new will come to you, maybe some new offer, some new project. It's not a good idea to initiate things yourself, but if you're invited to take part in something new, go ahead. It will be successful and it will be profitable. So go ahead. Your good days in the month will be the 4th, the 13th, and the 22nd, where you can make that positive change, taking on something beneficial, something profitable. So do that. And your more difficult days will be the 9th, again the 18th, and the 27th, when you'll have that urge to initiate things, to start something new, maybe something of your own. My advice is don't, just try to control that urge, or just start something small, not on a large scale. Maybe you'll be tempted to start something completely new, to change your job, to travel somewhere, or to move. I don't think it's appropriate to do that, but That's my advice. Personal year 9. In the personal year 9, some things will just end naturally. Some things will leave your life, and as generally you'll be emotional. It will be an emotional year for you. And once again, the idea is just to feel those emotions and let them go, not to pile them up inside of you, because it could be really a dangerous business. Storing too much emotions, no matter positive or negative, especially negative, but find your way to release them. Maybe it's not through speaking, crying, laughing, but there are many different ways. So try to find your own. Many people do it through sports, or through through walking, through mountaineering. Find your way of expression. And in November, you will need to obey destiny. So just be humble, modest, and take note of what is going on, what signs are coming to you. Try feeling where things are going naturally. Try following their natural development. If something is about to end, just to dissolve, stop investing time, energy, money, stop making it work artificially. Just give up. Just give up and put an end to it. However, if something is living, is viable, help it continue. Maybe you won't have all the resources you wish you had, but still, if what you have in your hands, no matter if it's a project or a work, a relationship, if it's viable, just continue providing it with the necessary resources, and time will show, the month will show what happens. Your good days in the month are the 4th, the 13th, and the 22nd, where you can enjoy some serenity, some balance, some much needed rest and recharge, because personally year 9 is really emotional, and it could be taxing and it could be exhausting if you're not used to such high levels and oscillations of emotion. And your tougher days, where you will need to obey what's happening and the laws of the universe, and maybe you wouldn't feel like it, will be the 9th, the 18th, and the 27th. So no matter how you feel things should be, and no matter how you feel about them, try to be more rational and more wiser about the way things are going, and draw back, and especially on those days, and observe what's going on. And what I said before, see if something is viable and sustainable, and will continue living on its own, without you providing for everything and making it live, and that will show if it's worth it to continue providing resources and everything for it. Okay, It was really nice talking to you again. Have a great month. We're getting close really to the end of the year, and we're about to have a great 2019 numerologically. At least we'll see the also the astrological reports, what they're about to say. I wish you a great month and see you back.